it is now essential to see the withdrawal of the Israel Defense Forces from Lebanese territory and the simultaneous deployment of the Lebanese Armed Forces across southern Lebanon in the agreed time frame. Moreover, Lebanon's sovereignty and territorial integrity must be respected, and the Lebanese state must have full control of weapons through Lebanese territory. This is a central tenet of Resolution 1701. Let's give it. Just a moment. Do you mind doing again? During my visit in the south yesterday, I saw firsthand the dramatic human impact and the utter level of destruction caused by the conflict. Hundreds of thousands of displaced residents have returned to southern Lebanon, southern Beirut, the Bekaa Valley, and elsewhere, and many have found their homes and communities in ruin. The rebuilding needs are great, but they are not unsurmountable. Working hand in hand with Lebanese authorities and partners, the United Nations will intensify our support for recovery and reconstruction across Lebanon. Many Israelis were also victims, with their lives upended by the conflict. I fervently hope that from both sides people will be soon able to return to the areas where they lived and resume their daily lives. In English.
Okay, no problem. Lebanon.
I note that the Israel Defense Forces have commenced their phased withdrawal from Lebanese territory, with the Lebanese Armed Forces deploying in greater numbers south of the Litani River. But we see continued demolitions of buildings and infrastructure in southern Lebanon, as well as fatal airstrikes. On the other hand, in the past 40 days alone, UNIFIL peacekeepers uncovered over 100 unguarded weapons and ammunition caches, promptly sharing their locations with the Lebanese Armed Forces. Resolution 1701 is clear. The area between the Blue Line and Litani River must be free of all armed personnel, assets and weapons other than those of the government of Lebanon and UNIFIL.
الانسحاب الإسرائيلي من جنوب لبنان ومن هذه التعقيدات.
First, I must say that I've been, since the first day, asking for a ceasefire in Gaza and for the unconditional release of the hostages and for open access for humanitarian aid to the people in Gaza. It is my strong belief that tomorrow we will start with these three objectives: that there will be no more fighting, that humanitarian aid will start to have a facilitated access to Gaza, and that the hostages will start to be released.
Fully from the south of Lebanon, did they inform you officially about that? The second question is related to the UNRWA.
We have gangs looting systematically the convoys. We have other obstacles that have to do with the total degradation of Gaza and its infrastructure. We have a limited number of trucks at the present moment in Gaza, so a lot of actions are necessary in order to make the distribution fully effective, distribution by the UN, distribution by its partners, distribution by the private sector, and distribution by other initiatives. It is clear that there is an obligation by Israel of not creating any obstacles. It is clear that the situation in Gaza is still extremely complex and a lot of difficulties still remain for an effective distribution.